Welcome back to Open Frequency. Man, it has been a while. It has been a while. It feels like a while. Man, in the past couple of days and weeks, in the past 2 weeks, I've been to San Antonio. I know that was last episode. And then this past weekend, I was in Mexico. And genuinely, what a trip. What a beautiful change of on some type of level, like change mentally I've had on that. So if you can't hear, I'm super sick. I got super sick from Mexico. The air pollution, genuinely, okay, honestly, I kind of treated Mexico like India. No tap water whatsoever. Do not give me don't interact with tap water, so no ice. And I was like, street food, very minimal. My whole trip was like, what, 3 days? I ate like 3 tacos total. Only 3 tacos. But yeah, like even for brushing my teeth, I would use bottled water because I was like, I don't want to risk it whatsoever. I really don't. Just because last time when I was younger, last time I went, I couldn't even say goodbye to my aunt because I was in the restroom, like just terrible. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna play it safe. And but I think the biggest thing was I didn't wear a mask. I should have worn a mask. Their air pollution is terrible. If you go on a map, on like the Apple weather app, and you check air pollutions and you go over Mexico City, it's at poor to very poor. They like linger around that. So there's nothing to say about them or anything like that, but it's just the air pollution over there. So yeah, it hit me hard. And whenever I like literally the second day I got there, I started getting this light cough, like just coughing randomly. But as soon as I got back, like by Tuesday, I was sick. I was super sick. And Wednesday and Thursday were the worst days I had. Like little flu symptoms, like my body was aching. So I might have had the flu or some like little virus or something. I'm not sure, but Lord, terrible. Felt terrible. But yeah, I went there from Thursday to Sunday. Sunday was just a travel day. Thursday was also just a travel day. I got there night because I got the cheap flight. I had to get like a connecting flight. So both travel days were just Thursday and then Sunday were just travel days. But I had a ton of fun. I genuinely had a ton of fun just going over there and just seeing everything with like an older eye, a more, I don't know, just being older, just seeing stuff that I as a kid never knew. Like the first main thing, especially with my taxi that drove me, because I told him and that I hadn't been in a minute. He was like, yeah, and we drove by and we saw like prostitutes, and he was like, yeah, like there's prostitutes around here. He's like, watch out, some have fireworks, meaning a penis. And I was like, I never thought, I never as a kid, like every time I went, I never thought about that. I mean, of course, I mean, maybe some kids do, but I just never thought about a prostitute, like that there's women that do that. They're over there. I don't know. I have no idea why, but I was like, oh, like, right. Like this is like anywhere else. So yeah, like kind of thinking and seeing that, and just the way that people live, it stunned me so hard. Genuinely, it stunned me so hard that even now like coming back, it's kind of hard for me to think of. I don't know, like just seeing people over there, like everybody working hard, working to try to survive. I don't know. It like made me feel like terrible. Like genuinely made me feel terrible because it's like you're doing nothing. Kinda, and also just like, man, like I just felt bad. Like I wish I could help, but like genuinely we're on the same kind of issue. But yeah, it was really cool. First day that I got, first full day there, we went to some spot like in the mountains. And and also the elevation, the elevation out there is so much higher. I don't know how much higher, but it is higher than over here. And I think that's what I felt when I went as well, because I was breathing heavy. Like we weren't walking, we were like I was breathing as if like we were doing a light jog. Like I was like like I would have to catch my breath every, like most of the time over there. and we were just walking around normally. And so yeah, the first day we went to this spot up like some mountains called Ozumba, just like a market, and we went there to eat. Basically, I got one taco, and like I said, I really didn't want to risk it. I stayed far away from greasy stuff. Anything greasy, no. And these tacos, I should have gotten two. Genuinely thinking back, like I could still savor this taco. It was so good. It was a huge like a tortilla. It was a huge tortilla. The meat wasn't greasy or whatever. It was really good. It was like discolored though. It wasn't like it didn't look seared or anything. It looked gray, but it was really good. Um, had that, walked around, buying stuff. I got some glasses. They're in my car. Got some glasses that go over these glasses. Finally, so I can finally wear glasses when I'm like shades when I'm driving. Um, and yeah, it was a cool day just up over there, and yeah, it is just a lot of walking. It's just a lot of walking, just exploring, especially since I haven't been there in a minute. And I connected a lot with my cousin. I have a cousin out there. She's around like I think she's 26, and again, I can't remember. Last time I went was probably like I was 10. I was probably 10. So as much as you were talking back then, like there wasn't much to talk about. At least in my head, like there isn't much to talk about. So it was just random. But we started talking. It was pretty cool to see kind of what she does over there, her thought process and stuff. I don't know. And yeah, so I was just kind of just hanging with her when we were going out and stuff around there. Oh Lord, the first and only time I've ever kind of gotten car sick was over there. So over there, they drive the driving. They just drive anywhere. They do not care about lines or anything. As long as you don't crash, we're good. My uncle was driving, and we were going from I get yeah we're coming back home from the mountains back over, and these streets I guess they have somewhat of a speed limit, but everywhere in the city there are bumps. There are speed bumps everywhere. There's not one spot without a speed bump. Um, and he's just like speed bump, push it like fucking pressing on the gas, speed bump like slows down, speed bump, press on the gas, slows down, speed bump, press on the gas. Like we were just like that for the longest time, like all the way home. Like every 5 yards or something. I don't even know how to like explain how far of the way they were, but they were constant, and that was the only time I ever kind of had an inkling of car sickness, because I was like it just felt like a boat. You just kept rocking back and forth, rock back and forth, and man. But yeah, besides that first day, I think we just did that. We got home. Um, yeah, we got home, and then I had a beer with my uncles, like with my family, just kind of chilling there because there's not much to do. And Lord, man, it made me realize how addicted I am to my phone. My cousin, maybe because she's older, but she's only 26. So she's not that older. Doesn't touch her phone whatsoever. Like she has an iPhone. It's like it's not like she has a different weird phone. She has an iPhone, but she's just not on it. I'm on it like always. I was always on it, and like we were just chilling there, just talking, and would always just check, but they would never check. She would never check her phone and stuff like that. I was like, man, I am down bad, like crazy to my phone. Um, but yeah, we just chilled there, and then um we kind of just I forgot what we did. Oh, and then my dad took me to go see my aunts in like at their home, because everybody has, like most people over there around where I live or my grandma lives, is like their home, and they have like a business right outside their home, like either laundromat, selling stuff, business, just some sort of business. And so we went to go visit them. Haven't seen them in a minute. I feel like I've seen them, but I guess I haven't. So we went over there, and after that we went to a, not a funeral, but a procession. I don't know if that's the word, but basically, at least what we do as Catholics, we do like 7 or 9 days of praying for the person, for them to get out of purgatory. I think that's basically what it is, or for them to get into heaven if they have to do purgatory. And we just pray for them basically. and they get food afterwards, and it's just a lot of family, and a ton of family that I've never seen. That I like crazy enough, and such a weird feeling, like thinking like a weird thought is I might not see any of like I might not see like a aunt or like a cousin because that it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me because a ton of them were calling my mom aunt. I was like, "Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" And they were like their nieces. They're like nieces and stuff. I was like, "Who are these people?" But they just it's just like a different. I don't even know. Well, I don't even. I literally don't even know. Oh, it's because they're cousins. It's because, which is even a crazier thought. I've never even thought about my mom having cousins. Like, my mom having brother siblings is enough. Like, she has quite a couple, and even my dad. But for her to have cousins is even crazier. I can't even imagine that. Like, me meeting some of them was a crazy experience. But me thinking right now, like my dad probably has cousins and stuff, is even more insane. That's so insane to me right now. Because I met my mom's cousin's sons, and they're older. They're like 30, 40. They're like 30, 40. And I met them, and they're calling her, aunt and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what you are, but I've never met any of them, and it was crazy. And it was like a ton of them. I met a ton of them. Um, and I think the person that we went there for, the person that had died, was a cousin, or I guess yeah, it was a cousin of my mom's. And he had died just when they got there, so it was like the seventh day or something. Um, but yeah, so we did that. So that was after I met my dad's sisters. We picked up like a chicken, a rotisserie chicken from some vendors, and we went to like a cake shop, a bread shop, and we just got some stuff, and we went. Um, and then after that, we just kind of went home, and that was it. That was kind of the first full day. Um, but the second day was mainly going downtown with my other aunt, and we went downtown. We went to La Basilica, which is the huge church, and where they have the huge thing of the Virgin Mary. That's kind of the area where the Virgin Mary appeared. So they built her. She had said, "Built me a church" or something like that. I don't know. So we went, super hot, super duper hot, and walking around there just heated, not being able to just pick some random stuff to eat, and then we just went to Burger King because there's a McDonald's and a Burger King there. So we stopped, we got that, and yeah, after that we went downtown, Mexico City, and that day was International Women's Day, Women Independence Day. I don't know. So they had a huge march there. It was like a ton of purple, a ton of women just walking, and there was like a corner where we kind of where we got to was a corner where there was women with like body paint, and they were like, if you've been abused or whatever, like hug me or touch me, like wear stuff, like I don't honestly, I don't remember. I don't want to put words in their mouths, but something like that, something to show. And there was a lot of people crying there, like hugging and stuff, and my mom and my aunt were getting emotional looking at it, and I was like, I can't imagine, and I genuinely could not imagine. I literally can't put myself I can't think about it in the, like, I can't, I'd be lying to say if I understood it. There you go. I can't understand it like that. But being kind of closer to it, I was like, yeah, I kind of get it. And my dad, of course, like, whatever, let's just keep going. But but then I then saw a video of a guy right where we were at, right where that was happening. This guy with the motorcycle, I guess it was earlier because the paint and stuff wasn't on the floor yet, but earlier this guy on a motorcycle comes, and I guess he's trying to get through, but the women stop him, and it's a guy, of course, and it's a douchebag, of course, and he gets off his bike and he starts arguing with this woman, and then in the video, she pushes him, so he slaps her, hits her, and then everybody starts kind of pushing up on him. And then he picks up this woman and fucking slams her. And then everybody fully attacks him. They attack him. They attack his motorcycle. And I don't even see what ends up happening to him. But I was like, I don't know if that was the same day or not. Because that was crazy. That was super crazy. I was like, I wouldn't doubt something like that to happen. Unfortunately, it's just, to me, I always think Mexico kind of is like that. They are a little bit more machismo, kind of, and like, um, there's more douchebags in that way over there. I feel like, but that's just a generalization. Um, but yeah, we were over there. It was such a hot day, just walking around, um, and I forgot what we ate. I literally forgot what we ate after that. Oh, we got some tacos. Some tacos that weren't even that great. They were just kind of basic. They just looked like kind of basic meat, like beefsteak. Um, they're kind of whatever, honestly, but kind of got me good through the day. And then we just went back home. Long ride home, back home. Super tired. But that night was, I guess, the eighth night for the thing. I didn't go. I went with my cousin. We went out for drinks. Me thinking we're going to a club or this or that. We're just, no, we just went in where we're at. Because we're like, we're not too far from the city. We're like, for, I honestly don't even know how far. Like, map wise, like, if we're just looking at a map, let's just say Dallas. Like, I think we're like either Rockwall or maybe like Garland from Dallas. I think we're like that far away, right? However, um, we took transport like a train, right? We took the city train, which over there is pretty good because everybody uses it. Everybody uses it, so it's a little better than, I guess, here than taking like a dart. I don't know if a dart goes out to Garland and to Rockwell. I don't think so. So it's like a bit of a transit, but what was my point? But yeah, I went with my cousin, and because I thought we were gonna go to a whole thing, but where we're at, it's just like a chill, not a chill spot, but it's just a normal kind of neighborhood for that area for Mexico. And the place that we went to was they have to have a different business. They have to have a different business there, and then at night they open it for, like, they have tables and they serve drinks. And we got a beer, kawama, a michelada. Yeah, we got a michelada. However, what I forgot is that over there they use liters, so any drink is basically a liter drink. So there's this tub. Oh well, no, well actually it was like one of the big mugs, the big beer mugs. That was that one. That was the first drink. I forgot what flavor I had gotten because they had them on different flavors of drinks. Like, you can mix in the beer with the flavor, and I got one that came with a ton of different things. Like, it made the drink darker, um, and she got like mango or something. She got a sweet one. It tasted really good. I wish I would have gotten like one of hers. But we finished it. Kind of got down it. We were talking a lot about just us stuff we do. Um, our past relationships, which was very funny. Me telling her about my stuff, she was like, "Yeah, you're very toxic." And then she told me all about this. I won't say too much, so I won't embarrass her. But she was telling me about this one relationship she had where this guy left her last minute, and he's basically over here in the U.S. now, which is like, that's terrible. That is very terrible. But she told me that because she worked to get like her visa and everything so she could come, like, as a tourist over here. But she was gonna go with that guy, so I was like, screw that, like, come over here, because she's super chill. She goes out a lot, especially because of that relationship. She kind of had been, because of that, she's been going out a lot more, and you kind of just doing stuff, right? But I was like, yeah, like, come over here, like, there's a ton of stuff to do. We'll find you a guy. I'll connect you with one of my friends. Don't worry about that. And so yeah, so we were there at the first spot for like an hour because that's how long the procession or whatever thing was. So after that, we went to go pick him up, drop him off, and then we went again. We went to another spot. This spot was this spot is a tire shop, or like a car auto shop, and then at night they transform it into a bar or whatever. And there I got a mojito. Again, a damn liter, so a damn tub of mojito. And I got down it pretty quick. Like one third of it, I got it down like immediately. I don't know why I drink fast. I genuinely don't know why I drink fast. And we weren't even dancing. Like we were, it was just all sit. It was all a sit down. At the second spot, there were people, and there were like one couple that danced. And we were talking about that. She was said like if I dance, I was like I dance if I'm drunk, but I dance by myself. I can't. I don't know how to dance with a partner. Like cumbia. Like I forgot what I know how to dance with a partner with. Like the basic one. I don't know which one that is, but cumbia, that one is in my head difficult, but it literally runs in my blood, so I need to figure that out immediately. Cause I like the music kicks in me. Like I love to hear it. I love the music, but I haven't danced it in public with a partner, so I need to practice. But so yeah, we're just talking about that, talking about festivals they have, and then she told me about this other ex, and that ex had just walked into the bar, and and she was telling me about him, and I don't know if they made eye contact or whatever. He must have seen for sure. He must have seen at one point, but she was just telling me about him, whatever, just childish stuff, which was funny. And but it was just funny, like just hearing it from a perspective from like somebody that I don't really know, that's family, and from like a almost like a different like world type of thing, you know, because they live such a different life. It is such very much such a different life over there, of just basic kind of living, like going to the market every day for your items for that day, instead of like a Costco, like buying stuff for like 2 to 3 weeks, you know, and then going out again. Um, Driving, there's not too much driving. If you have a car, yeah, of course you could drive, but it's not really needed. Um, Stuff is a bit cheaper. Um, and just the pollution, Lord, the pollution. But yeah, we were there for a minute, one third of my drink down, and I just felt this pit in my stomach of the drinks. Like I was like, like I don't need to throw up, but Lord, because last week I threw up from San Antonio, so I was like, I don't think I need to throw up, but I just feel this pit, and I guess I just start burping. I started like I unbuckle the top of my pants, and I just start breathing, and it's kind of the pit goes away. I start drinking, I finish it, and I tell her I leave tomorrow at 5 in the morning. Like I have to leave the house at 5, and she's like, "Oh, we gotta go." And I was like, "No, it's cool," but she's like, "No, we gotta go." So we left around like we didn't leave too late. We left around like maybe 10:30 or 11, and we got home. She dropped me off. Um, and yeah, it was an amazing time. I really had fun with my cousin, even if it was just like that. Um, I know I have at least two more cousins that do kind of like to go out, and they all go out sometimes. So for sure, next time I'll go out with all of them, and I'm for sure that'll be a really good, cool time. Um, but yeah, she just dropped me off, and then in at home I started to pack, and I recorded a whole thing. I recorded the video for San Antonio, my talking. That's when I recorded it. I think I was drunk. Um, or was it then, or was it the day before? I think it was the day before I recorded it. I can't remember. I might have recorded it that day, honestly, but I can't remember. And then yeah, I like took a nap for a bit, and then just went to the airport. During the whole time there, there's no light. There's no light in the or for so first, there's no AC. There's no AC in basically anywhere, and so you just open the window and that's it. And there's dust. There's dust or there's dirt. They have dirt everywhere. So when you walk out and you walk in, there's just dirt. You just have dirt everywhere. The floors are dirt and the floors are concrete. Um, so it's just kind of I just didn't feel clean. It was a big sensory thing for me, like everything, especially the restroom, right? The showering and the bathroom. Um, but I downloaded a video. The video that I downloaded was the Slushy Noobs camping video, because it was a long video. I had that, and I had that playing at night just to kind of mellow me down, and like something that's like relatively normal of home that I could, play and kind of hear to relax me. Because also where I'm sleeping, or so the plot, the like where we're staying at my grandma's house, it's a decent plot of land. Well, so let's see. Um, it's longer. It's longer than it's wider, right? It's a pretty long plot of land. Let's just say it's this long, okay? And it's like this, uh, like like this wide and this long, right? So it's like a rectangle, and it's cut up. Let's just say it's cut up into three pieces. The front is my grandma, the middle is my mom's, and the end is my aunt's or my uncle's. And they've my mom and my uncles have had an issue about stuff about land there. I told my cousin, I was like, yo, if I get this, I'll sell it to one of y'all for dirt cheap. I'll just give it to you. I really don't care, right? But the my uncle in the back, the third end, he built a whole house back there. I have two cousins that live back there, and my aunt, she passed, I think, been before or after the last time I went. I think before. I think after. No, I think before the last time I went, and or after. I think after. Yeah, I still remember how she looks and how she sounded and everything. Um, but yeah, she passed, something about her stomach, I think. And I remember throughout the years my mom would go and visit. She would tell me that maybe relatively close to when it happened, that my grandma and my mom would hear tappings, or um, like lights would flicker, stuff like that. Like they would hear stuff. They for sure would hear stuff and feel stuff. And they both would say her name and just be like, stop playing, like, stop playing, like, just go away, and it would just stop, and so I was kind of preparing myself mentally for that, because I was like, well, like, literally when I got there I was like, look, it's the wind, there's harsh winds, I hope. um I was like, look, if she's here, she's my aunt, I haven't seen her in a minute, so if I hear it, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised. I'd be a little spooked, but I know she's not gonna harm me. Realistic, like fully realistically, I was like, she's my aunt, she's not gonna harm me, right? So, but luckily, I didn't see anything, and it was just a chill kind of. I just kind of fell asleep. I really didn't hear or see anything, but I was like, I'll prepare myself just in case. But yeah, we were good, and I just slept. But really, the biggest issues of the whole trip was traveling, was getting there, the flight to there, and the flight out. The flight to there. When I got to Mexico City, I had the biggest headache. I just didn't prepare too much, honestly. I think I didn't eat enough, and the elevation, like I said, the elevation gets you. Like, even if you don't think, it gets you, and I think that's literally what it was. Um, and then, I mean, after that, it was kind of chill, but yeah, coming back was it was a trip as well. My head was also hurting, but by that time I was like kind of sick, and I was just trying to get home, honestly. And Lord, the plane. Thank God there wasn't a lot of turbulence, but any turbulence is too much turbulence. I hate flying. I hate flying. It just feels awful. I don't know if it probably is. The bigger the airplane, the less you feel it, but man, it's not for me. It really is not for me. Um, like I said, I got the cheapest one, so I took four. I flew four planes. I could have just done two, but I did four. But man, yeah, that was not great. And I mean, honestly, like, even if it was the budget ones, I did not feel like it was like, it didn't feel like terrible. I don't know what people complain about, of like, these seats feel terrible. There's no plug-in. There's no this, and like, like, what are we talking about? What we're complaining a lot for nothing. The Southwest thing taking away the bags, I guess, because they've gotten accustomed to that. But besides that, like, what are we talking about? Um, I finished my book, The Stranger, on the plane. It was a pretty good book. Um, it was a pretty good book. I had no idea going into it what the book was about, but it was pretty cool twist, pretty cool. Well, I mean, it wasn't the biggest twist, but at the end when I was reading everything, like the acknowledgments, the beginning and the end, like yeah, you really do feel him being so distant with everything, like not really caring about much, you know. It really surprised me that he shot the people, or the guy, um, and his whole him describing, or him describing. I think her name was Mary or Maria. Um, I really liked that description. His solitude. I really need to reread the last 2 pages because I feel like I skimmed over them. I just wanted to get finished with it, but it was a pretty good read. Um, that honestly, that's all I could really say. Like I read it, didn't move me, not too much, but what did I get out of it? Um, don't be a crash out, because he basically was a crash out. Like his friend, his friend was getting messed with, and then he went back and shot the guy. Like, chill out. It was, I mean, he did get stabbed, right? His friend did get stabbed and everything, but chill out. Like, you're with your girl. You're with your girl with this beach, and you're talking about how your girl looks gorgeous in the sand. Surprise. Okay, so I'm sorry I had to cut. The camera died, and then my brother came, and then time passed. I'm recording this much, like a ton of time later. Um, my fault. I'm sorry, but yeah, basically with The Stranger, it was a decent book. I liked it. I'll have to reread it. You know, we'll get there. But gonna be going on to what's it called I Have Never Known Men. Um, and yeah, I mean, besides that, the Mexico trip was great. So I uploaded the vlog the first week, like before I went to San Antonio, and that has 19 views. Genuinely did not expect that to get anything, but I think because it has the word vlog and stuff in it, more people like actually, like, it was shown to people, but this not really, because these podcast episodes have nothing. They have no views, but the first vlog already has like views on it. I mean 19, but even then that's not just me, you know. So I'm surprised. So yeah, like, we'll see if that kind of me posting like vlogs and episodes like that, you know, more stuff happens with that than this. Which if it does, that's totally fine. But what I am figuring out is I don't think so. I'm just starting with, you know, posting these, and then especially the vlogs. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm going to keep these weekly, but then keep the vlogs not weekly, either 2 weeks or like once a month, because already thinking about that is stressing me out. And then especially coming up with the Casey, you know, with Casey and the show. So yeah, those are gonna have to kind of not be a main focus, but these more, so that I'm able, because yeah, even then I'm like thinking, what is the difference? Like, the stuff I'm going to be talking about here, you're seeing it in real time, basically. You know, there's not much of a difference in them. So I had a bit of a struggle doing that. But, I mean, yeah. I mean, weekly, like, entertaining stuff, like, these are the clips. Let's try to figure out clips. Right now, there's a huge sandstorm here in Texas. Outside, it's dusty. It is orange dusty. No, I don't know, dog. I really don't know. I always feel so, like, what's it called, conflicted with what the point of these are, right? I mean, like I've stated many times, you know, the purpose of these was just kind of getting stuff off my chest instead of writing a diary, just because with the diary, it genuinely, just my hand hurts. I don't want to write that down. But if we're going that route, I mean, yeah, bro, with this sickness that I've been having the past week, I've been so down, so like melancholy, so sad, and like almost regressed in every advancement I've made in my like mind and stuff that I know that is good and stuff. I regress so poorly. It's like I finally understood what they meant whenever people say they go through like a um what is it? Like they thought it was a flu dream or a fever dream. Yeah, like a fever dream. Like I was in such a daze. I was so foggy minded. Like I felt so lost. I felt so lost. I felt so like weird and scared. I don't know what it was, but throughout the whole time, I had to genuinely like revert to like seeking like comfort in like old things that have nothing to do with right now. Just I needed some type of comfort. I don't. It was the weirdest thing. And today I woke up not needing that anymore. Like I felt like I got out of that. Um, Honestly, today on a schizophrenic vibe, I thought I no, I'm not even gonna say that, but I thought I'd shifted. Not really, but kind of. Because last night was the blood moon. Last night was the blood moon, and I was like, oh, let me stay up to see it. I didn't stay up to see it, but I was like, oh, let me stay up to see it. Schizo TikTok was on like, this is the darkness that comes before Jesus comes, and this and that, and I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I've been feeling. Uh, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a rush too, because my parents come back from Mexico tomorrow, and I need to clean up. I need to clean up quite a bit of things. When I got back home, the toilet was flooded, like the floor was flooded, and I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but we have like wooden tile, and the wood got like it looked like, what's it called, like fabric softener, like it was like cloudy, but it was just water. It was like all over, and I thought it fully tinted or like damaged the wood, but I mopped it up, and it was some strange leak. I probably need to fix that, but um, yeah, there's a lot of things I need to clean up because I really wanted to come back and be on it, do open houses, call everybody, just be on top of it because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make these deals. I have a lot of things planned, a lot of things I need to do, and this is gonna be my year where I do get to a level of I am a professional realtor. I know what I'm doing exactly, or I know what I'm doing exactly, but like I'm able to get stuff done. I'm not worried about income and stuff like that. So this is that year. So I need to step it up. And with the deals I'm having, it's just logistical issues right now. Yeah, bro. The one that I have with I have one where it's like the owner didn't know somebody else owned the property and they died, so they have like seven kids, and then they're trying to figure out which one of those seven kids owns it, and then I don't know if they die. It's just a whole thing. So it's just logistical things, but we're going through it, but it's pretty good. Um, Music wise, bro, music has been sounding so dead. Playboy Cardi released last night or this morning, I guess, and dog, I guess I'm growing out of it, which thankfully, so I don't have to care about it. But man, that album, 30 songs, like a minute each, or 2 minutes each, max 2 minutes, lore, and it just all sounds like the same. I'm glad we're done. I'm glad the cycle, like, is he gonna drop? I don't have to see that anymore. I'm probably gonna have to mute Cardi on Twitter, on X now, because I have Tyler the Creator, Drake, I have them too, and like Frank Ocean muted on Twitter because I kept seeing them. I kept seeing them on my Twitter. I don't care. I don't freaking care. Um, and if I keep seeing Playboy Cardi stuff, I'm gonna mute it because Lord, it's just I don't care. And so yeah, but yeah, music has been sounding so just muted. I don't know. I need to find a new thing. Honestly, the biggest thing that I've kind of been feeling is Tribal Monterrey. Their group, I saw in the comments of one of their boiler room set. They're like the Mexican Swedish house mafia. I like them a lot because they are what I want to hear in a club as a like Latino, basically. Like they do a mix of Mexican music with like house. I don't know if it's house, but like club music basically. Like you could jump around and dance and stuff like that. But they mix it so well. Like they're from Mexico, so they have the ear for it and what mixes and what plays well. And they have a show here in June, I think, June or July, but it sold out immediately, and it's such a small venue show, which I don't know how or why they decided to go so small. Like they could easily like it. I think the place they got was smaller than like here in Dallas, like Canton Hall or like the other one, like on that street, like smaller than that. It's smaller than those two, and those are like they could probably. Oh, damn! I'm still sick. They could for sure sell out trees. They could easily sell out trees. Like trees is a tree. Yeah, like the spot they're in is a bit smaller than trees, I think. But man, I wish I really would want to go to them. But theirs is really the only one that is is something that's kind of pushing and like at least their sets that is like making me want to hear music. But Mexican music, I've been on a roll with cumbia. Like I've said, I'm trying to figure that out how to dance. I really do want to figure that out. It's something that I do need to do. But when I go back, I'm planning to go back this year to Mexico around July because they have the bulls. They have these bulls, not paper mache bulls, but they're made out of like plastic or something strong. And they built this wire frame. Like it's a huge bull, like probably the size of my room. I don't know how big my room is. And they fill the sides around it on it, and they build this wire frame around it, and they put fireworks, and they light them hoes, and they light them, and guys just dance around it. They jump around it, have music in the background. They just jump around it. I really want to do that. Since I was little, I've been wanting to do that. And they do them in February and in July in where my grandma lives. And then I think in other times around the year, like October, November, they do it in different areas. But I really want to go there around that time. So hopefully I could go back, prepare better physically or health-wise for it. But yeah, it's just this caught me by surprise and I hate it. I'm never getting sick again because this is terrible. This is so terrible. But yeah, my parents get back tomorrow, and my brother's gonna go pick them up. I'm gonna go to Greenville for the St. Patrick's Parade. I've been only as a little kid, but this time I want to see if I could drink. If I wake up good and like everything, I need to stay hydrated. If I go and if I'm good, I wake up good, then yeah, I'll take a few shots. But am I getting messed up? I don't think so. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get messed up because I'm still like very weak. Um, and I need to try my fit. I need to try my fit for tomorrow. But yeah, meme wise, I mean, what's been active? I don't know. I like genuinely throughout this week, nothing has like entertained me or like astounded me. Like I've been such a weird slump of like getting back into the loop with like here. I have no idea why. Like it's I was gonna tell somebody. I was on the game yesterday. I was gonna tell Gerardo. Like it's such a compound of a ton of stuff of coming back from Mexico where every day I'm in contact with family. Like every second of the day. From waking up to going to sleep. Always. And being out and about in the sun, like everything. From going to that to being inside, home alone. And then being sick, being super sick. And then the aroma, the smell, like just the air. And then TMI for Lent, because Lent started what, last week? Lent started last week. Lent started the day before I left for Mexico. I gave up pornography. I fully gave up pornography and what comes with pornography. You know what I mean? I gave that up for Lent that day, Wednesday, and thankfully it lined up perfectly, because when I go on trips, and I was telling Gerardo, I was like, the thing is, it's not a real addiction, pornography and the actions, right? It's not a real addiction because it's not like whenever I go on trips and stuff. Like when we went to San Antonio, it's not like I'm fighting the urge whenever, like we're going to sleep or something. It's not like I'm fighting the urge to not to do it. It's not even on my mind. It's not even a like thought to even do it. You know what I mean? Never ever. Like even other trips with family and stuff, it's never been an urge, especially in Mexico. I mean with Lent, but like pastimes, anywhere that we go, it's never been an urge to do it. You know, even if I'm by myself, I have my own room, nobody's at home. It's never been like that. So I know it's not a real addiction because of that. So thankfully, you know, giving it up then and then going straight to Mexico, there's real no thought whatsoever into doing it. And then coming home, and I've surprised myself that I've been able to you know, to go, not even really think about it, not really even be tempted about it, here alone at the house, you know. Yeah, because it genuinely has been kind of like the longest I've been going for a minute, and it's kind of with ease, you know, kind of with ease, and genuinely have been praying about it because it has been an issue genuinely. So on top of that, like just confusion, illusion, and restitution, Lakers in 5. I've just been feeling so weird here at home. So I'm glad, I'm happy. My parents are coming home tomorrow. I'm gonna be hanging out with some friends tomorrow. Think it's all gonna, you know, rebalance itself. But I just need to get used to. Oh, I caught it. Going out to Mexico and being out there and coming back, like it's a normal thing, but it hasn't been a normal thing. So I think it's just that. I mean, besides that, genuinely, that's kind of been it. I don't know what else. Like I said, you know, these are gonna be weekly. The vlogs will be sporadic if I could get on a good schedule. Ultimate Home Quest. That's gonna be a show that me and Casey are shooting. Look it up. Hopefully it's up. It won't be up by the time this video is up, but it'll be coming up. It'll be a show that we're shooting about homes, and hopefully that goes well. I need to get on my A game, on my cold calling and everything. Let's see what else. Oh, you asked about personal life, romances. Nothing. I downloaded Tinder and Hinge while I was out in San Antonio and kept it for Mexico. And while I was in Mexico, my cousin was telling me about that. One of my other cousins that I didn't get to see because she was busy. She actually found soon to be husband on Tinder, and I know one more person from here that also met their husband on Tinder. I was like, that's crazy. I've never met anybody on Tinder. Like, any interaction on Tinder is not a serious one to me. I just don't take those seriously. But I've never even met any, like, it's never been like even like a sneaky link off of Tinder. No. But that's crazy. But yeah, I matched with somebody in Mexico, and I was like, I don't even know what to say because it sounds so funny to me. Asking this person something in Spanish, like, I don't know. It felt and sounded weird to me. But nothing happened. I had my cousin look at her and say, like, oh, do you know her? And we went through Tinder, like the local ones, and like, oh, do you know who these people are? And she like knew one person. But yeah, I guess it's kind of it. You know, I won't drag this on if I don't have anything to talk about. I thought this was gonna go longer, but I think because of the break, it kind of got weird. Shows I'm watching. I'm watching a few because I've been feeling weird. Sex and the City. Steve, shout out Steve. I love Steve, the guy who's with the redhead. Steve, awesome guy. Love him. I don't know if there's gonna be a better guy in the show, but Steve is awesome. What was I watching? I'm sporadically watching Gilmore Girls, but kind of I can't rewatch it. I watched it once, and that's more than enough, genuinely. And Gossip Girl. I just popped into season 3. I know where I'm at, but also kind of don't really care. I'm looking forward to You, the last season. I'm looking forward to The Righteous Gemstones, and I'll probably just start up again That 70 Show. That 70 Show is such an amazing show, genuinely. But yeah, whatever. Catch me next week. Follow the vlog channel. Follow social media, and subscribe and like. Check on Spotify and YouTube. Yeah, thanks for watching.